all over the place. Pay close attention. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. We're talking about 5 hacks to get 1 million eyes on your idea. I'm going to give away cash to those people who pay attention, and I'm going to be giving away this iPhone, 128 gig black iPhone at the end, to the person who answers correctly what I talked about today. So I'm Ty Lopez. Welcome. I'm here at my place in Beverly Hills. That's where I live and work most of the time. And okay, why is this important? Let me just tell you, I was just talking to my team on my core philosophy, and try adopting this philosophy if you want to grow faster than the average person, whatever you're trying to do. Core philosophy should be to mimic the success patterns of other people. Kobe Bryant told me, Ty, you have to study people who've created greatness before you. So when we go through this 5 hacks to getting 1 million eyes on your idea, if you got a new app, if you got a business, if you're a personal brand, an artist, a musician, if you're selling a supplement, if you're a personal trainer, a realtor, if you've got a widget, a gadget, you're drop shipping, if you're doing tech apps, all this, you have to have ideas. And here's the problem. Most people are trying to reinvent the wheel themselves. So I want to make it so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Because if you reinvent the wheel, it's going to take you 20, 30 years. By the way, thank you for those of you who say you like the jacket. This is a rag and bone jacket. Paul Smith shirt. Zara, man, pants. And these are good old Yeezys. So, when we look at success patterns of people who have scaled their business very quickly, we can look at the fastest example in history, which is Kylie Jenner. You could look at other fast growth companies, Instagram. We could look at fast growth companies, recent ones. What's the damn one where you get free coupons? Groupon. So when we want to dissect the growth patterns that are quick growth, we can look to Kylie Cosmetics. We can look at Instagram. We can look at Groupon. We see a pattern of quick growth. We don't want to reinvent the wheel of quick growth. What we want to do is mimic other people's patterns of quick growth. So what are those principles? Well, we're going to talk about 5 right now. If you don't know these 5, you will scale very slowly. This will be your pattern. Actually, you'll go beyond here. And yes, you may be successful, but you might be 40 years out. Actually, if you look at Kylie Cosmetics, actually Jet.com is another example. Jet.com in 9 months went from 0 to selling for $3.2 billion to Walmart. Fast growth pattern. Mimic this growth. What did they do? Talk about the 5 things. Most people's patterns are 40, 50, 60 years out. You may become a millionaire, you might become a billionaire, but you may be too old to ever enjoy it because you're in a nursing home. Okay? You're going to use all that money to have somebody to change you. And I'm not saying that to make fun of anybody who's in a nursing home. I'm just saying that's the reality of life, like Aristotle said. You know, we're born crawling like a baby. We're born needing a help of our parents or other people. And that's how you go out. You die. So you got a window in between. Most people's window, growth patterns. So let's get into it. What are the 5? By the way, my team here did a good job. We launched. We got cash. Armin, good work.
Thank you.
Adrian, good work. Mel, good work. Zach, were you involved?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to get you another 100. Okay, back to this. Number 1, technique. What do these companies all have in common? Groupon, Jet, Kylie Cosmetics, and Groupon. Is that what I said? Groupon? And Instagram. Okay, they're all, for the most part, personality driven. What do I mean by that? There's a strong person behind them. It's not a bureaucratic, democratic entity. If you look at, let's say you look at Groupon. No, Jet.com. Jet.com was started by an entrepreneur who had built Diapers.com before, gotten in a battle with Jeff Bezos at Amazon, and ended up selling to Jeff Bezos' competitor. That's how he got back at Jeff Bezos. Strong personality. He drove that company. He put his own money into the company. Boom. Extremely powerful. So we have the Groupon. Look up, what's the Jet.com guy's name? I forget. Groupon. Same deal. Strong. It was more than one person. That was a partnership. Kylie Cosmetics. Strong personality. Kylie Jenner. Instagram. Kevin Systrom. Guiding the boat. You know, guiding this ship. At first, he had this idea for an address book. He was strong enough to pull the ship back around and said, let's get on to task. Let's switch it to photo uploads. $1 billion within a couple of years.
Mark Lore.
Yeah, Mark Lore. So you got Kylie, you got Mark, you have Kevin Systrom. And what were the Groupon guys' names? There's a couple Groupon guys. So this is a very powerful formula. I want to ask you, deep down within you, do you have what it takes as a person, as a personality? I'm not talking about being extroverted. I'm not talking about being one boxed in personality type, but they do have something in common. So I think if you don't have that, you can stop watching this here. You're not going to drive it through just luck, through just technology. You're not going to, it literally is something that has to be driven from a personality. Steve Jobs was the personality that drove Apple, biggest company in the world. Jeff Bezos, boom, personality. Mark Zuckerberg, a driving force. I see some companies, I meet the entrepreneurs, and I go, this is not a person who's going to be able to drive a company to fast growth. If you want a million people to see your idea, to download your app, but you don't have to be a genius. You do not have to be the smartest person in the world. I've seen people. I just had a guy here who sold his company for over $150 million. He had a 2.0 average in school. Okay? Yeah, Andrew Mason, Eric Lifkowski, and Brad Keywell were the partnership that drove Groupon. So we can get into later, you know, that is an important component. But let's talk about this. You need, number two, and there's a great book on this by the same name, a friend of mine, Noah Berger. So I'm just going to use this. Contagious. You need an idea that lends itself towards being contagious. Groupon is a great example of this. Now, let me give you another example. PayPal. Why was PayPal so contagious? Very simple. You would send money to somebody and they had to create a PayPal account to get the money. That's a viral machine. Like, what would make me want to download an app or make an account? Somebody sent me $100. Somebody sent me $1,000. PayPal is your idea lending itself towards massive virality. Is it contagious? Most ideas are not contagious. You want to build something big, make sure it lends itself to being shared. There's multiple psychological aspects that work. You can read about this in this book. If you want something to be contagious, it needs to elicit strong emotions, generally around anger, surprise, laughter. And I think in the case of PayPal, surprise. All of a sudden, somebody said, I sent you money. You got an email. You're like, woo, I wasn't even planning. I mean, even if you were planning on it, the psychological part of your brain was feeling that surprise, that new money. That's a dopamine release. Also things, remember some things people don't want to share. That's the problem with, like, if you own Match.com, the dating site. Not everybody wants to post on their Facebook wall, like, yo, I'm on, like if they put a share button, share your profile. A lot of people, some people don't want their mom to know, they don't want this. So it doesn't lend itself. Now, Tinder is an example of one that's a dating site. The co-founder of Tinder was here at my house. You probably saw that Snapchat. By the way, those of you coming in here, I see a whole bunch of new people on Instagram. We are talking about how to scale a business from 1 to a million people seeing, and we're talking about Groupon, we're talking about Snapchat, and we're talking about PayPal now, what you have to do. Step number 2, it has to be a contagious idea. It needs to be shareable. Some things, the way you structure a business, is not shareable. Good businesses, PayPal was extremely shareable. Snapchat was shareable. Like you literally were messaging somebody and you're like, yo, go download Snapchat. Groupon had this little thing that said, we're not going to give you the discount till 100 people get in, or whatever. 100 people go to this nail salon for the discount. So you told all your friends you wanted to share. Yo, I'm going to this nail salon. Yo, I'm going to this laser paintball thing or something, whatever it was. So shareable. There's other things. There's certain patterns of, if you look at history, historically, there's some strong things that humans have liked to see. Stories of redemption. People, you know, if you look at the news, negative things work. There's been businesses that had negative campaigns. Comedy is something that's worked for thousands of years. Dude, the Greeks were having, you know, actors make people laugh 2,000 years ago. So ask yourself, is this a contagious idea? Now let's get to some tactics and strategies to grow. Let's give away $100, people paying attention. I'm giving away this iPhone 7 a little bit later. Okay, number 1. Question going off what I talked about. What's a company? What's the name of the company that sold in 9 months for over $3 billion? The 4th person I see is getting this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. All right, I see the first person. Nope, that's wrong. It wasn't Snapchat. Nope. It wasn't Kylie Jenner. Sold for $3.2 billion. Nope. Let's give Facebook a second.
I know.
Zach, you can't be. Okay, all 4. So Zach, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
All right, we're going to YouTube. Tell me when to stop, Zach.
Stop.
All right. Squad Productions, jet.com. Congratulations on YouTube. Those of you on the other ones that you didn't win, those of you watching live on my website, don't worry. I'll hit you. We're not done. Okay. So you got that contagious idea. You have a strong enough personality. Now, let me talk one quick thing. Who here is an introvert versus an extrovert? Raise your hand through a comment. Say me, say introvert or extrovert. Because I want to talk on that. Somebody said they're both. They call that an ambivert. Here's the thing about extroversion and introversion. There's no scientific correlation or scientifically validated correlation between one being more likely to be successful than the other. In fact, possibly there's a little data that being introverted is more likely to make you successful. So though all you shy people that don't like, you know, you go out to parties, you don't talk to anybody, you like to be at home, I got good news for you. You can still be highly successful. There's a famous book called Quiet, The Power of Introverts. Bill Gates is an introvert. Jeff Bezos is an introvert. Steve Jobs was an introvert. Mark Zuckerberg was an introvert. I mean, you got a lot. Now you have extroverts like Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world. You got Mark Cuban. Yesterday, if he was on my Snap, I was at the AMA red carpet, and with Post Malone, I posted a funny video, me and him. But you take billionaire Mark Cuban, he's extremely extroverted, okay? So who here is an introvert, extrovert? I'm very shy. Willie says he's an extrovert. Rose said, I like your jacket. Is Warren really an extrovert? For sure, he's an extrovert. If you go see him talk, compared to Charlie Munger. Now there's levels and variations from 1 to 100. It's a continual scale. So Warren Buffett's he's not as extroverted as Mark Cuban at all, you know. So if you look here, it's about 50-50 in the world. Good news for you, it's unrelated to success. You can be strong and quiet. You know, we talked about the first hack. The first tool is just becoming a little stronger in your personality. Some of you give up too early. Some of you, I'm going to tell you what makes you the opposite of strong. If you want to know what I mean by strong, emotionally unstable, easily dismayed, highly suspicious person. For those of you who were bullied growing up, this will lead. I was just reading a book called Abnormal Psychology. It's one of the top textbooks in the world. There's something called the DCM-5. Is it DCM-5 or DS-5? One of those, which is how they classify psychological problems. There's overly eccentric and weird. There's overly anxious. and there's overly dramatic. That's the 3 types of issues. The DSM-5, thank you. That's the opposite of strong in my definition here. So those of you who are anxious all the time, and anxiety has sub-facets. So like that's why I said highly cynical people. And that comes often from upbringing. If you were bullied at home by parents, siblings, people in school, your self-esteem is formed before age 16 primarily. It can continue to evolve, but you have strong correlations between where you were at 16 and where you'll continue to be. So for those of you who were bullied, who had strong parents who were mean or whatever, you have an extra obstacle to overcome. That's the bad news. The good news is people have oftentimes overcome it. So to become strong is the opposite of highly anxious, okay? Highly dramatic or highly eccentric. There's nothing wrong with being eccentric. I'm a little eccentric, but it's possible, like anything, to go too far. You know, drink a little red wine might be good for your heart. You drink 2 bottles a day, you're going to die of, your liver's going to give out. So I think that it's very important on this first one. If you want to do big things, you must start in the mind. People don't often have a strong enough mind for success. So then, okay, let's go to number 3. So what do these have in common besides strong personalities, besides the contagious factor, which is very powerful? But number 3, they also have a modern day strategy, which is much different than old business school used to teach. And the modern day strategy is very different. For example, Uber is the largest car company, service company in the world, but they own really basically no cars. They used to own cars and lease them out, but they got rid of that business. Airbnb is the largest kind of hotel app in the world, but they own no property. Think about that. PayPal was not a bank when they started, and they were one of the largest money transfer companies in the world. The rules have changed. The rules have all changed as to what constitutes a successful strategy. A lot of you are using old. I'll give you an example. I got a mentor program and I just closed it. It was open for 3 months. I mentored a group of people and they all wanted me to keep doing it, but I stopped it because I told them I was just going to do it. I had a weekly one. I stopped doing the weekly one every Tuesday. And when we first got to get in, he goes, dude, I'm starting a coffee business. I need your opinion on this contract I'm going to sign. It's a $150,000 contract to rent out a property to have a coffee shop in it. And I said, dude, you're not using modern day strategy. On day one, you're going to put $150,000. You don't even know if you really want to be in the coffee business or you're going to be able to get clients. I said, why don't you take that $150,000 and put it into modern day marketing, which is social media and internet marketing, and don't sign the damn contract. And he listened to me and he said, thank God. I told him, just go in your kitchen, brew some coffee, hire some Uber Eats delivery guys to deliver coffee to local businesses, hire a salesperson or do it yourself, go into 20 businesses, say, yo, I'll provide fresh coffee from wherever you want, Starbucks or whatever, for $5 a cup. You buy it for $3, you mark it up 2, you do the whole office. Say there's 20 people in the office, you make $40 every morning. You do that for 100 businesses. You do that for 10 businesses, you're making $400 gross a day. Well, more than that, but I'm talking about gross profit. You pay the driver 60, 70 bucks, you pocket $300. That's a business idea using a modern day strategy, modern day tools, which is no long-term leases. Now you have a company that is, you can lease per seat. WeWorks, billion-dollar company, modern day tools. What's your tool strategy? Are you back here in 1955 versus 2017, 2018? Are you scaling how they used to scale here? If you try to apply this old school strategy here, it goes like this: crash, burn, be broke. So you got to switch. You got to pretty much, you take this, what used to work, and you do the opposite, and that works now. The world's flipped upside down. Kylie Jenner, to prove my point, Kylie Jenner using new school strategies, no TV. No TV. No billboards. No fancy schmancy advertising like Maybelline or L'Oreal makeup. She did $420 million in the last 18 months selling Kylie Jenner cosmetic versus L'Oreal took 50 years, or Maybelline took 50 years to do that revenue level. She went 50 years faster than the biggest makeup companies in the world. You see, everything's got inverted. So you got to know those tools. Now you don't use TV much. Now internet has passed. Now you don't need to even always do celebrity endorsements. You can become the celebrity. You see? You can be your own celebrity. I've got 11 million or more social media followers. Okay? You can make yourself the celebrity of the business. I launched a company where I took one of my business partners, Alex Mayer. I made him the celebrity of the business, called Mentor Box. I've been showing this every day just to show you guys. So if you go here to my, if you go here to Stripe, $29,792 it made today. Okay? 29.7, it's made $875,000 shipping books. He became the celebrity, Alex Mayer, and Jonathan, who was an employee of the company. So, you know, it's not bad. We made almost $1 million this month. This is a business that I own half of it, but I don't do any work. Zero work. I worked on it this week exactly 0 minutes. That's the new strategy. You used to have to do hard work all the time. Some of you are still buying into the philosophy that the only component of success is hard work. Let me show you something. Number 4, if you want to get 1 million viewers, the components of success, okay, changed. Let me give you an example. Let's take Kylie Jenner. She did 420, or I think it was 30 million in 18 months. That's real sales, not fake valuations. Okay, 430. Do you think she worked harder than you? In the last 18 months, have you worked harder? You can see how Kylie Jenner, some of her life, she, you know, is on Snapchat. She goes to things, events. She travels. She has a private jet stuff. She goes to celebrity stuff. She goes to the Grammys. Okay, so my question is, someone said, how is she a good example? Derek, listen to what I'm saying. Or you don't have the personality type. I'm trying to tell you this. How can you be confused by this concept? You cannot listen. I'm saying the components of success have changed. Who here's worked harder than Kylie Jenner in the last 18 months? Okay. Who here's made $430 million gross? She's probably netted at least $100 million bucks. Yeah, everybody thinks they've worked harder than Kylie. So why aren't you as successful? That's my question to you. If all you need is hard work and hustle, I still see people preaching old school stuff all over the place about just start working, put your nose to the grindstone and work and hustle and grind. Okay, you're still going to lose to somebody who's using a different component, a different formula for success. Kylie, 430. Okay, let's take Jet.com. What was his name? Mark Lore. Mark Lore. In 2016, he started a website, Jet.com. 9 months later, Walmart bought it for $3.2 billion. Okay, I have a question for you. Did you earn $3.2 billion? I'm gonna guess no. I haven't either. Did you work? Did Mark? Let's say you made 100 grand, or 10 grand, or $1 million. Did he work 1,000 times harder than you? No. The components have changed, and some of you haven't got with the program. Some of you have not got with the program. You're still using the components that your great-great-grandfather used on a farm when he was plowing with his oxen. And you're getting the results that you should expect if you don't update your components. So what are the components? Well, simple. We reverse engineer other people's success. What did they do? Let's just take Kylie first. Let's get to number 5 here. Well, one of the components for her was social media. So let me ask you, 1 to 10, how's your social media game? Everybody watching this. 1 to 10, how's your social media game? Whatever product, if you're selling a widget, a gadget, if you're selling a educational program, if you're selling your fitness stuff, if you're a personal trainer, if you're a realtor, if you own a pizza restaurant, like how's your social media game? 8.5. Okay, what's your definition of 8.5? Because if we say Kylie Jenner's a 10, she had Snapchat, she said go buy my makeup kit, she broke Google Analytics. Who here's broken Google Analytics? So many people went to your checkout page. I think it was 200,000 people in like 1 minute. I've never seen that. The only business in the world maybe that has that much online traffic would be Amazon. So here's a little 19, 20, 21-year-old woman outsmarting all of us. So that's a 10 social media game. Compared to that, what are you? Somebody said, who's a 5? 5 is like your average. 6 is your slightly better than average. Karobo Mathugi said a 9.5. I don't think so. You don't even got a picture on your YouTube username. You're more like a 0. If you can't figure out how to put a thumbnail on your profile, you know, your little icon, you're definitely at a 1 or below, my friend. Because that's like, you go to edit profile, you take a picture or upload a picture. You haven't figured that out, you're in the 0 game. You think Kylie Jenner doesn't have a picture of her on her social media? Automatic 1, you're out. Remember, I said strong personality. Some of you don't have a strong enough personality to be, you go, I don't want people to see me. Why? Are you that weak-willed that people seeing you, you think, are you an aborigine? You think they'll take your soul from you or something? That's overly, what I say, the 3 DSM-5 psychological issues: overly eccentric, overly anxious, overly dramatic. Anybody who goes, oh, I can't put a photo up, you are overly anxious or dramatic. People are afraid of the boogeyman. Why don't you be afraid of not living up to your potential? That's a lot worse. I mean, people are like, dude, I have a business idea, but I'm not going to tell anybody. Why? They might steal my idea. Yeah, but you also might fail because you have no one backing you because you won't tell what your damn idea is. Overly anxious. Overly anxious. People make a big deal. Oh, die. Overly dramatic. Overly dramatic. Oh, die. And then other people post their damn picture and it's like a skeleton. Oh, okay, that's going to get a lot of sales for you. Overly weird and eccentric. You use your brain, people. I'm telling you everything they didn't teach us in school. Don't blame me. Some people butt hurt because other people didn't tell them this stuff. Well, don't blame me. Blame your environment. Your parents and teachers, through tax dollars, paid $200 to, depending on what area you live in. If you live in the state of New York, they paid $250,000 for your education. Did you get your money's worth? No. People don't know what DSM-5 is. I'm the first person. People argue with me on that. I posted on Twitter today. People are like, cite your source. I'm like, yeah, the DCM motherfucking 5, which is the top psychologists in the world, all agreed on the DSM-5. I'm like, are you smarter than 1,000 top psychologists who have diagnosed millions of people? No. People are weak. I told you. And I never get mad. People are like, does that make you triggered? I'm like, I'm excited. The less people who understand this live webinar is better for us. That's better for all of us. Because now I can launch a book business. I'm blown away. I'm like, Jeff Bezos told everybody in 1994 he started shipping books and he became the wealthiest man in the world last week or last month. Okay? I was looking around and I was telling my business partner, is this too obvious? Like, there's no one else besides Amazon and Barnes & Noble doing it horribly. And Borders going bankrupt. Like, is anyone else selling books online? I was like, why don't we do it? So now I'm making $1 million a month selling books. I'm like, how weak-willed is the world that nobody else in the damn world just read an article about Jeff Bezos and goes, I'll do that. Good artists copy, great artists steal. That's what Pablo Picasso said. Someone said, is that place rented or not? I told everybody, this is I've lived here for 2 years and 2 months. It's a business lease, this house. I buy land primarily. I just bought 100 acres. I bought about 4 pieces of land. Lease stuff that won't appreciate. Then you can tax deduct it. Once again, world too dumb, too uneducated too weak-willed to understand that. Like, it was a big controversy when people were like, you leased this house in Beverly Hills. Okay, what's that mean? What does that mean? What's your point? That I don't have money? You leased this place for $100 grand a month for 2 years and 2 months. You think I don't have any money? Then you do it. I get to deduct a lot of it because it's a business lease. If you buy stuff, you have to depreciate, and depreciation is not as good. So, as I said, people overly dramatic, overly anxious, overly fearful. Fearful of what? People are like, well, Ty, I don't want to be scammed by what you're saying. Well, how have I scammed you? I gave away 1 billion minutes of free videos not selling anything. And people go, oh, well, you sell stuff sometimes. Yeah, because I'm smart. So does Nike, so does Disney. I was just at the Laker game. They're wearing GEs. Now on NBA basketball uniforms, they're wearing General Electric, sponsor them. Staples sponsors the Staples Stadium. I don't go up to Staples and go, why are you selling me? Why do you have your name and branding on here? Use your brain, people. Why don't you get in the game? If you can't beat them, join them. That's what you got to do. So, going back here, we got social media. We got Kylie Jenner. She's a strong personality. She has a contagious brand. Okay, what is she doing next? Well, I talked to you, and notice, Kylie's been able to be level-headed enough at 20 years old. The Jet.com guy wasn't overly dramatic, anxious. If he was overly anxious, he wouldn't have launched a competitor to Amazon. But he wasn't overly anxious. He could manage his fear. Now, depending on what business we look at, we're looking at Kylie Cosmetics. We can look at, obviously Instagram is social, but using new characteristics of success, which isn't just hard work, it's brain power. Every person out here who are going to try to win just by hard, sheer work, you should be in the landscaping business. I used to mow grass. That's hard work. In North Carolina, it's 100 degrees with 80% humidity. Out there mowing grass, making $10 an hour. If that's your game plan to growing and scaling a business to 1 million followers, cut away, my friend. I'm not mad. I'm excited. In fact, it'd be a better world for each of us. It wouldn't be a better world. It'd actually be a worse world, but financially it'd be a better world for all of us if everybody's plan for success was to mow grass. Mow all day long, my friend. While you mow, we'll be over here creating tools and technology and utilizing the new world that we live in. One of those tools is social media. So I went in 2013, I started dabbling with social media. And then as the timeline, let's just put out here, whatever. This will be 2020 in the future. The timeline, I started dabbling, my social media. Here's my followers, let's say 1 follower. Here is, 10 million followers. And my growth was very slow. If you look back on my Instagram, 2012, 2013, I'm dabbling with concepts. I'm getting 100 likes on a post, 50 likes and stuff like that. Boom, 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 boom. And then 2015, I started perfecting it a little bit more in 2014. Then 2015, boom, And now, my Instagram grows between 10 and 30,000 a day. My Twitter's growing at about the same pace. My podcast this morning was number 3 business one in the world, number 25 of all podcasts, including NPR and Oprah and all that. So those are growth patterns using new tools, not just hard work. Hard work is a component, but it's like saying the only important part of chicken noodle soup is chicken. Well, it's not chicken noodle soup if you only have broth, or you only have noodles, or you only have, chicken. You have to have all of the components. And so hard work is one component of success. It's about 25% correlated with success, or 25% of the factors correlated with success. And then you have organization, which is having a plan. Then you have prudence, which is decision making and street smarts, all the stuff they don't teach you in school. The ability to discern between a good idea and a bad idea and when to pivot your idea. And then, of course, you need to have perfectionism. People have been arguing with me about this. There's a great article, it just came out in Entrepreneur Magazine about Jeff Bezos. He's a perfectionist. He watches over the whole business, even down to a single API call he was checking in on. One of his software engineers wrote about that. An API call is a very small component. Like when you buy something on Amazon, it shoots it over to the credit card merchant and pack and so on. That's an API. So anyway, so this is my growth pattern using the new school tools. New tools, not tools from the 1950s. They didn't exist. And, you know, I started out, well, way back in the beginning, before 2013. I was already, before social media, making, you know, $100,000 a week. My businesses were making $100,000 a week. So it wasn't like I was broke before here. But incremental growth, incremental reach. I hit 1 million people following me probably. I never tagged the exact, let's just say 2014 or 2015. But somewhere around then. And then, you know, now I'm at past 11 million. I'm not sure, you don't ever know how many Snapchat followers you have, but not counting Snapchat and podcasts. My Facebook's at 6.2 million, Twitter's at 1 million, Instagram's 2.7 million, YouTube's over 1 million. So yeah, patterns of success. Hold on one second. Sorry, give me 1 minute here. All right, let's give away some money. Let's give away some money for people paying attention. $100. Remember, stay to the end. I got this iPhone 7. $100. Who wants some money? Let's talk about people who've been paying attention. Here we go. I know what I'm doing. We filming? Here we go. Somebody's getting $100. $100 to the person who writes the first name of the founder of Jet.com. 9 months he sold the company from 0 to $3.2 billion. Where are we at?
Full name.
Just, it doesn't have to be the full name. Okay, when I look up, I'm gonna give everybody time to start posting. All right, I'm about to look up, wherever I look up. Here we go. Ready, got my money, got the stack. I'm gonna go to Instagram. There we go. Rich Carlton JP. Rich Carlton JP. Mark was the first name. Congrats. I got more money. Don't worry. Don't be overly anxious, overly dramatic about not winning. And then I got this bad boy at the end. Okay, let's keep moving. So let's talk about you for a second. I'm talking about mine, you know. So basically, if you're going to use the new tools of social media, which I believe you should use, I believe they elected Donald Trump as president. Some people love Donald Trump and some people hate him. But what you can't deny is that probably one of the largest factors in terms of how he got his name out there was Twitter. He had double the followers of Hillary Clinton. She had like 10 million Twitter, he had 20 million. He reached more people. This online seminar is about how to reach people and the power of it. So all you people who hate Donald Trump, no joke, you should have been better at Twitter. I'm serious. My friend, by the way, he's a big, he's actually on my team now. We work together. He ran Facebook campaign for Donald Trump. And he's like, dude, we killed Hillary. She didn't know how to, he didn't even care. He didn't even care about, he didn't really like either one so much. So that's the power. Jet.com or Kylie going to 400 million in 18 months. That's the power. So you could have a strong personality, you can have a viral, contagious idea, you can understand the new tools and the new components of success. The problem is, if you don't have the tools implemented, and we're going to talk about one. So somebody said, so Hillary lost the social media game? Absolutely. I interviewed Hillary Clinton. I interviewed Bill Clinton before. I actually FaceTimed with Bill Clinton. I never got to interview Donald Trump, but I will tell you this. I paid attention to their social media game, and I told 2 months ahead of time, I said on camera, I'll have to find the old video. I said, I think Donald Trump's going to win. Every tweet he does, he gets twice the likes and retweets. What Hillary should have done, and Democrats and people who hated Trump, 2 months ahead of time, you should have been looking at the new rules of success. This isn't JFK's election. This ain't Garfield, President Garfield. You know, this is McKinley. This is right now. That was the 2016 election campaign. So I don't care what your political stance is, you must understand the powerful tools at your disposal. And here's the good news. What's the cost to get on Facebook? What's the cost to get on Insta for your business? What's the cost for Twitter? What's the cost for YouTube? What's the cost for podcast? Snap. And we could add email. What's the cost? And by the way, I put these kind of in order. What's the cost for you? And so why aren't you good at it? That's my question to 99% of business owners. It's free, man. And it's making people the president of the United States. It's making 20-year-olds be worth almost $1 billion. Basically, every young billionaire, almost all of them, is from social media. Basically all. You got Snapchat, Evan Spiegel. You have Kylie Jenner. She's not quite a billionaire, but they project by 2025 she'll be a billionaire or earlier. I'm sorry, by the time she's 25. So in the next 3 to 5 years. So if you're older, there's other strategies. The Jet.com guy was in his 40s and things like that. Groupon guys were older. But the people, for those of you who want a path that doesn't depend on your age, that's relatively more likely to work for a young person, you want to use the powerful tools of social media. For those of you older people watching who have established businesses, there is a warning that I will put out to everybody. There is no business immune to failure anymore. Kodak was a 100-year-old business. 2012, Instagram was put out of business by 30 people here in California. Kevin Systrom and his team, less than 30. WhatsApp sold for $18 billion. By the way, WhatsApp is a social media network. It uses primarily phones, but they have a story that people post to. Kik, I would consider a social media network. WeChat in China, you know, all these are all various forms of social media. So for each of you watching, you must implement. It's not an option. You'll be rendered obsolete. My top student last year, I showed him social media techniques. He made $1,040,000 in the last 12 months. He never even had a bank account, Jaden. A 15-year-old who follows me, I posted, he just signed a $40,000 contract. I'm not sure if it's $40,000 a month or just a one-time $40,000 contract. I know 19-year-olds using social media making more money than any doctor in America. I mean, look, I posted a picture. I was at the Halloween party and Logan Paul popped in. Logan Paul's making, I think he says he publishes his numbers. He's making $3 million a month. Is Logan Paul under 25? Yeah. Jake is like 20, I think. I mean, even look at music. Post yesterday, I have a funny, go watch my Snap story. But like Post Malone, this dude rocks on social media. Me and him shot a funny little Snapchat yesterday. I mean, Post Malone, new artist. He didn't win the AMAs, which I think was BS, but that Liam guy won, which is fine. But trust me, Post Malone, go look at his Twitter. You talk about a Twitter that pops. His stuff, he'll post one word and get 20,000 likes and retweets. And he's brand new. So everywhere you turn, the game's changed and things have turned upside down. Now, TV makes less than social media. Even HBO Go, to me, it's not a social network, but it's not a traditional TV anymore. People are watching Game of Thrones on the HBO Go app. It crashes because people are watching it on their iPad while they're laying in bed. They're watching it on their phone. Netflix, is not a traditional social network in the sense it's not a network yet. They're not done. Spotify is not a social media network yet, but it kind of is and will become one over time. So you guys got to get, now, what tool should you start utilizing first? I'm going to tell you, I think you should do a Facebook fan page or a business page, some people call them, first. Okay? Why? Very simple. I think it is one of those things that it's the largest social media network in the world. It owns Instagram, it owns WhatsApp. They're acquiring more. It's 2 billion supposed users on it. It's a massive, massive thing. Okay, so to me, why not start at the top? Why not start at the top? Hold on one more second. So, secondly, I would say that you use Instagram second, because Instagram, you need to grow your business ideas, Instagram, because Instagram is the new unit of trust. You want to be trusted, people are going to look at your Instagram for your numbers. And they look at your numbers. They look at your Facebook fan page, they look at your Instagram numbers. Facebook has other uses, Instagram the most. People look. Somebody said I have no Instagram. Well, welcome to the modern world. If you're a business, I'm not talking about if you're just not a business owner. If you're an employee, you might not need one. But if you're a business owner and you have not made an Instagram, is it too expensive for you? It's free. That always blows my mind. I'm like, if it's free, if somebody said, yo, Ty, I got a piece of property, real estate. Do you want to invest in it? And I'm like, yes, maybe. And I go, how much? They go, free. I'm like, I'm in. Wait, Ty, do you want a Ferrari? How much? Free. Okay, I'm in. I'm not gonna be like, well, how much miles? They say free. I'm like, okay. There's no downside. So this is the universal platform that you can then use to grow all the other ones. Facebook is my largest one. I have 6.2 million followers. I've grown it up to 150,000 new followers a day globally. 150,000 a day, not bots, not fake accounts, not bot. We didn't create accounts and add my followers to them. It's real accounts. And then we take those and we push them, okay, to everywhere else. Push them to Instagram, push them to Twitter, push them to YouTube, push them to my podcast, push them to my Snapchat. Now that's not the only way I grow these, but that is a very powerful way. Somebody said, Ty, I'm well liked on Instagram. Can I not get above 450 followers yet? All right, I got good news for you. Some of you, I've opened up a test group, which I'm closing in 2 days. If you want to get in the test group with the bonuses, this test group, I'm going to manage and grow your social media for you. If you want me and my team to just take everything we do and, do it for you and actually manage it, you can use this free information and do it yourself. For a lot of you, we're taking a small handful of clients. I've been asked to do this for about the last 3 years, and I've said no, but yeah, I'll put up a link. We also put the username, we put the link in the title of YouTube, Instagram, it's pinned comment on Twitter and Facebook. If you're on my website, you can click the button. You'll see the button somewhere on my site. It'll take you in the test group. If you go there and it says full, then it's too late. Because here's the deal. I'm not going to do this for, we probably have, let's see, we have at least about 50,000 people that are going to watch this on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, my website, all those combined. I'm not going to take on 50,000 clients. I can't even take 5,000 clients. I'm going to take a smaller group and just do it right for you. So, okay. So this is the universal trust. Twitter is the I call it the broadcasting platform, because you can post basically unlimited times to Twitter. Like you can just post. You just shoot. You got a thought on your head, just broadcast it. You don't want to do that with. You don't want to every time you have a thought, every time you have a meal, every time you see a book you like, a quote, an outfit. You don't want to post to Insta 600 times a day. The only place you can post 100 times a day and not lose all your followers is on Twitter. YouTube is what I call long form. meaning people are there ready to watch long videos. Believe it or not, if you post a super long video on even Facebook, it doesn't get, people don't watch it as much because you don't really go to Facebook to watch 30-minute videos, okay? But YouTube, like even on when I live stream, YouTube has the longest engagement. The numbers stay steady. People come in and watch, and they're using YouTube, and they expected to see something long, not short, okay? That's what she said. My little Michael Scott thing. Podcast, very powerful tool. It reaches the older crowd, although it's starting to become younger, and it also is long form because people can listen to it when they're in their car, when they're jogging, and all that stuff, okay? Snapchat, here's what I love about Snapchat. Snapchat is the TV replacement. Now, Insta Stories would also, you also have IG Stories, which is, of course, competing strongly with Snapchat. These two, but Snapchat even more has longer engagement. If you post 50 times like a TV show, like a whole segment, Snapchat will hold the views. We'll see if Snapchat can survive and stay in business. Mark Zuckerberg is gunning for them. You do not want Mark Zuckerberg waking up every day trying to put you out of business. That's what he's trying to do. Okay, so we got Snap, and then email is, in a sense, people don't associate that so much with a social media platform, but it really is. Okay, because you're engaging. It's just they can't. They can all engage with you socially, but they can't engage with each other. So it's a modified, and it's very high EPC, which means earning per click. It's a high revenue generator. Email still works, boy. It really does. There's other platforms. There's Twitch, and there's other things we could talk about. But yeah, so like I said, for those of you, I'm going to keep talking. I want to answer questions. I want to give you more stuff. But I think Instagram every hour goes off and I have to reset it. For those of you watching Instagram, there's a comment. In the comment, I pinned it. Go to that link now. For those of you who want to get in, small test group, not 50,000 people allowed into it, not 20,000, not 5,000. I'm going to take a small handful of you, and me and my team are going to grow your business, your personal brand, your product, whatever you want to do. And we're going to start with growing your Facebook followers. We're going to get a global campaign going. Okay, not necessarily a sales campaign. We get your numbers up. You got to create trust, man. If you don't have enough trust, you need followers. You need 10,000 followers on all platforms to be real. Okay, so you start here. I recommend in this order. Although Twitter, I'll probably put. It depends on your business type. If you're going for a younger audience. So forget, I would say these top two. Sometimes YouTube's higher and blah, blah, blah. But, so that is something that I'm going to build for some of you. So right now, take a second. For those of you interested, you can click the link inside YouTube, inside Twitter, on the title, or inside Facebook, or Instagram. You can click there, and you can go. For those of you who don't see it, or you're on my website, you don't see the button. What's the link?
Manage.
You can just go right here. If you want me to manage your social media growth, just go to tylopez.com/manage. Pretty simple. Can't beat that. All right. Let's do the $100. One more giveaway. Dun, 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 dun. Who's gonna win some money? Who's gonna win some money?
Can you thumbprint this before you ask?
What?
Can you thumbprint this again before you do the question?
Okay.
It's my fault. I let it time out.
All right. Somebody said that movie prop money? Yes. Always use movie prop money, because if people think you got $1 million in cash sitting in your house, you get robbed. That happened to that rapper the other day. Be smart, people. Sometimes people are like, yo, Ty, is that fake money? Yeah, but do you don't think I actually have $100 to send you? This is called a prop. Like in movies, people are, I wonder if these same people go to a movie and are like, that's not a real policeman. Do you yell that out at them? Dude, wait a sec. That's not a real politician. It's just a guy playing JFK. Yes, it represents something real. Told you. What I talked about, the DSM-5. Overly anxious. Some people will be like, ha ha, I caught you, Ty, on your live streams. You use movie prop money. Yes, you are genius. Because it's a symbol of the actual money I'll send you guys via PayPal. For those of you who say that and are confused by that, you're automatically disqualified from any of my giveaways because, come on, there's a minimum stupidity threshold to be successful. I can't lie. If you're an absolute moron when it comes to common sense, I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you. So I literally have nothing. People are like, is this a get rich quick scheme? I'm like, wait a second. First tell me, do you have common sense? No? Okay. There's not even a get rich slow plan for you. Some of you, you're on a get rich per century. If you could only live per millennia. If you could live 1,000 years, some of you would be wealthy, boy. Someone said there is no get rich quick. Well, Jet.com got rich pretty quick. 9 months to make 3.2 billion. There's people who get rich quick. My buddies in cryptocurrency last year were sleeping at home and now they made 100 million bucks in Bitcoin. Is that quick? What do you mean? People just make shit up. You don't have any common fucking sense? Think there's no get rich quick? Now, I'm not suggesting that's how you try to get rich, but you don't have the brain power. You really gonna say no one ever gets rich quick? Evan what's his name? Kevin Systrom started and stopped Instagram in 3 years and sold it for $1 billion. Is that quick? Seems quick to me. Or do you mean no one gets rich overnight? Jaden Gross, my first student, went from $0 and his first month he made 40,000. Or no, sorry, 32,000. That's not rich, but it ain't bad. So yeah, please use brain. Okay, now for everybody else who has common sense, back to planet Earth of reality. Don't draw absolutes because absolutes are usually absolutely incorrect. Okay, that's absolutely incorrect. Just say in general, you can't get rich quick. I would agree with that, but some people do. But the better strategy is to get rich as quickly as is a healthy pace. That's what I would say to myself if I was 18 years old. I would say, Ty, if you follow the proven strategies where people have created greatness before, like Kobe Bryant said, then it can be quicker than average, much quicker than average. And it depends what you define as rich. You don't have to get rich. I mean, what's rich? $1 billion? 20,000 a month? 100,000 a month? 10,000 a month? What do you consider rich? Some of you are underselling yourself. You are underselling yourself. You got way more potential. And you listen to the overly skeptical, the overly anxious, and the overly dramatic people around you who have psychological issues. And so they lie to you and they drag you down with them. And if that's your strategy on life, you will become who you hang around with. So what you want to do is hang around with people that believe in not getting rich quick, but believe in becoming financially stable and independent as quickly as is reasonable, possible, ethical, and realistic. I'm not an optimist. I'm not a pessimist. I'm a realist. So I think in general you don't get rich overnight, although it happens occasionally. And I think you don't. And I think more people could be very financially successful than we give credit for. So I'm not a pessimist. I'm not an optimist. I'm a realist. In general, in the modern world, you've got the best chance right now that you've ever had in history. When would it be a better chance? 1943? World War II going on? 1812? War going on? 1492? You're going to have to go on a wooden boat across the Atlantic to try to find wealth. Name a time when there's ever been self-made billionaires under 25. Name a time. You think it happened 20 years ago? Wrong. 15? Wrong. 30? Wrong. 100 years? Never. 1,000 years? Never. Never. Now. So if you're not overly anxious, dramatic, skeptical, cynical, lack common sense, idiotic, this is your time. This is your chance. And for those of you who want to do it, find allies that can help you grow. I have a team of about 60 employees here in LA, and then I also have a team of what I call my ninja contractors. I've got another 40, 50 people that work with me that specialize in podcast growth, in Facebook growth, in Instagram growth, in Twitter growth. All the strategies that I do with a large team. I didn't do any of this stuff myself. Bill Gates said he never did anything alone. Anything alone except take tests and take showers. Everything else, he built Microsoft with Paul Allen. Let's reset Instagram. He built, when Paul Allen got cancer and retired, continued to build Microsoft with Steve Ballmer. Okay? All right. What's up, Instagram? We're back. So, let's give away a quick $100. Now, this is prop money, but if you win, I'll send you electronic money through PayPal. If you don't understand, you know, the other day I was giving 25 people $100 each. I gave away 2,500 when I was playing basketball. First person to win, I'm like, okay, post what's your PayPal email. He wouldn't do it. I'm like, why not? He's like, well, then people will know my PayPal email. I'm like, yeah, but the only thing they can do with that is send you money. So what, you worried about a scam? Or is suddenly a scam that everybody on my live stream sends you money? That's a good scam. Hey, you want my PayPal address to send me money? I'll post that on a billboard on Sunset Boulevard. Overly anxious, overly dramatic. Guess what? I was like, I ain't sending you any money. I sent it to the next person. Some of you block your blessing nonstop. Your life would have been good if you had just accepted the blessing, but were attracted to the wrong person, and the wrong person screwed you over, and so you extrapolate that all people will screw you over. Okay. You create a reality where you think everybody's out to get you. They call that schizoid. Some people, that's what they have. They're diagnosed from doctors. Some of you are borderline schizoid. That guy that's like, I'm not going to put my PayPal address. I'm like, why, dude? I tried to give away a car to one woman. She wouldn't ever even FaceTime. She said, I don't believe this is a real tie. I said, I'll FaceTime you. I don't want to give you my number. I said, well, get your boyfriend's number or I'll do it on Skype. No, I don't want to give you my Skype. I said, why? You can block somebody on Skype. No, I said, okay. I'll send you a picture of your car in somebody else's hand. I didn't do that because that would have been mean, but I felt like doing it. Like, you know what? I'm going to teach you a lesson and that will improve your life for the future. Improve your life. I wasn't doing it to be mean. It was a $25,000 or $30,000 car. I'm like, I'll just send a picture and I forget what the lady's name is. Let's say it was Sarah or something. I'll just be like, the person that I give the car to, I'll be like, do a shout out to Sarah. Yo, Sarah, thank you so much for your skepticism, because without you, I wouldn't be accepting this brand new Mustang or Camaro. You know, I'm something like that. Can't fix stupid very easily, boy. Trust me. Okay, $100 to the person who answers this. How many business partners built Groupon? How many business partners built Groupon? It wasn't one person, I said. What's the amount of business partners? All right, I'm going to look up in a second. All right, ready? Are all four of them firing?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to go to Facebook. First person, Alex Terceros, got it right. 3 people start a Groupon. Don't try to do so much on your own. Some of you trying to build everything on your own. Rome wasn't built in a day, and it wasn't built by one person. You want to scale from 0 to $1 million. $1 million or 1 million followers or 1 million people to see your product, download your app. You got to get mentally with the game. So let's talk about a few real tactics specific to, let's say, growing Facebook and why I think you should grow Facebook first and how to grow it. We'll do some actual campaigns off your ideas live right now. I'll show you how I would do them. Start listing out now the business you have, the product, the service you have, and I'm going to pick one of you, and I'm going to build out a Facebook campaign to grow your Facebook fan page first. Then we'll show you how to flip it into Instagram, Twitter, and so on. And then flip it into money. Okay. Let's go. Okay. A Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, hemp key, a branding agency, a gaming YouTube channel, videographer, health food bars. I'm a consultant for musicians. That's cool. Legal marijuana, cheese, dating app, African fashion, water business, course teaching, affiliate marketing, t-shirts, online car sales. Man, we're getting a lot here. But while I do this, I'm going to look at people getting in the test group. Congratulate those people. What else we got? Let's read some more things. We have financial services, credit repair, MMA video production, clothing brand, new supplement line, blogging, internet security. Okay, I'm going to just pick one. Be specific, because if you just say drop shipping, it's not. Board games. Beauty industry, that's too vague. For all of you too afraid to say what you actually sell, you are definitely DSM-5 disqualified. I'm not going to help somebody that's like, I won't say what I'm selling in cosmetics. It's probably not a new idea. I know everybody thinks they got these brand new ideas that no one, Ty, I've got the Uber of, I don't know, art collecting, dog walking, but I can't tell you how it's going to be and what it really is. I'm like, oh man, we're in trouble here. Rap mixtape. Okay. Mailman caves. Nose wax? You mean like nose hair wax? Somebody said they got an Uber of Donald Trump. Clothing brand, streetwear. I've done that one before. Let's see. Somebody's reselling Apple laptops. Okay, let's take that one. What's this guy's name? Carlo Ortega on Facebook Live. Okay, let's just take a hypothetical example. You're reselling used laptops. It's actually a good business, I think. Potentially. I haven't looked into it, but off the top of my head, if you could get laptops that people don't want, if you knew a little about computers, you get them refurbished a little bit. So how do you grow that? Well, first thing is, remember, social media is trust. So what's the number one thing people don't want to buy a used laptop from? A company that's not trusted. Because you go, oh, I'm going to give the, remember, we live in a world where DSM-5 psychological issues are through the roof. People are anxious, they're paranoid, they're dramatic, so they're going to be like, oh, well, I'm going to buy a laptop and it's not going to arrive. So you must have a minimum. I would set a threshold. You better get 10,000 Facebook page fans immediately. Before I'd even really launch this business, I'd want 10,000. Why? It's a round number. It sounds good. Most people only have 500 or 1,000 or 2,000. You got 10,000. It's like 5, 10x. If I go to buy something, has anybody here ever looked at their social media to see if they're real? Like you're going to buy, you know, you're going to a restaurant, you're looking on Yelp, you're going to buy something off Amazon, you figure out the company, it looks like you don't trust them, and then you go look at their numbers and you go, oh wait, they have 10, 20,000 followers. I believe in them. Okay? So I'm going to get 10,000. How am I going to do that? Well, first I'm going to start with a global boost campaign to get people to follow my page. Why global? Well, you could do local. Local will be about 4x the cost. Global gives you literally a 400% higher ROI on followers. Not necessarily ROI on sales, but we're talking about return on your investment in terms of how many followers you get. So you go here, you get your local only costing 4 times more. This is 400% better, you know, 4x cheaper. Okay, where are you going to go? Or let's talk about the ad creative. So you got to make the ad. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create, let's say I'm going to create a video with play button of me smashing laptops with a sledgehammer. Why? Because it's going to be contagious. It's going to elicit emotions in people. It's going to grab their attention when people are seeing 1 million different images per day. And I'm going to go, ever feel like doing this? Like I have a laptop, right? Well, let's take this iPad. I'm telling you, if you came across an ad and I opened this brand new thing up and I smashed it with a sledgehammer and go, you ever feel like doing this with your laptop because it's not working right? I've got the premier global brand on reselling used laptops. I'm gonna get you a replacement for this for half the price. People love to save money. Now, I'm gonna go to Namecheap real quick. Let's go there, or GoDaddy if you like GoDaddy. I'm just gonna type in, I don't know, used laptop depot. Look at that, it's available for $8.88. I'm just giving businesses away. I'm gonna buy it right now. If you want it, you can buy it from me. I won't try to make any money. You can buy it from me for $8. I'll mark it up. No, I'll mark it up 12 cents. You gotta pay me $9. I'm just showing you a business opportunity. How the hell has nobody ever bought used laptop depot? It sounds like a big brand. I got a whole nother business. I just bought it. Every person here could have bought that business website. A .com, easy to say, domain name for under 10 bucks. So I'd make sure I have a good domain. I'd go to Facebook fan page. I download this app right here. This is the Facebook fan page app right there. I'd go in, you can see mine. I'd then add it to here so I could manage it. Right here, you've got 6.2, this is my personal my business, 6.2 million likes. You don't need that, you only need 10,000. There's you guys right there, live streaming. So I would come in, and this is a whole nother, I'm not gonna get into I got another whole conversation. Somebody said, did you really just buy a crappy domain? Alpha 1114. I made more money online. You don't know who you're talking to. You think crappy domains make a lot of money. You have no idea. This guy, nothing. DSM1. Dumbass. That's a good domain. You think you need some stupid domain to make money? My friend has a 5-word domain. He makes $6 million a month. He just took the name of what he sells and just spelled it out. So you guys know nothing. All you talking about criticizing that, don't buy this domain. All you are smart. First person to say that, I'll sell you that domain for 12 cents more than I bought it for. People have no idea about names. For a simple brand like that, you want a simple, boring brand. You don't need some domain like Laptops R Us or some shit. Like, just be like Used Laptop Depot. Really. Boring sells, my friend. Boring sells, especially if you're a small brand. Now, if you have $1 billion to brand some word like Bookaloo or some, made up thing, then go for it. You guys whoever wrote that has no money. And the only reason I don't care, people are like, Ty, does that trigger you? No, but I'm like, don't be leading people astray that are on my live call with your send a screenshot how much money you made online today from any business, that guy that said that. Anybody. I'll show you one. 30,686. Made $1,000 while I was saying that. People lie, but numbers don't. Here's another business I have. I get reports every hour. $69,368.58. So I'm at 100 G's today. Be careful who you listen to. Ask for their numbers. So back for all of you who have open-minded, your DSM-5 isn't too high. You're not overly dramatic or anxious. You buy the domain like that. You get that up. You can set it up with Shopify, probably, maybe ClickFunnels. I'd probably set it up on Amazon too. I'm growing this to 10,000. Now, the next thing I'm doing, so I'm doing this. I got my hammer ad. Remember, what's more important than the domain name is the quality of the advertisement. I did an ad called Here in My Garage that you guys saw probably. I think I hit 700 million people saw it. Now, we don't know if it was 700 million unique people. We could say 1 out of 3 was unique. So about 250 to 250 million people watched a viral video that I made. If you subtract videos that are like music videos. It's the most watched video that talks about business and books in history. And I made it randomly, and I can tell you the power of one viral video. You know, one good video can make you $50 million. Okay? Timmy said I saw it 2 million times. My bad, sorry about that. For those of you who saw it too many times, but you know, that's branding. Branding allows, you know, yesterday I had a Dolce jacket on that I asked everybody, I showed on the price tag, $1,895. That jacket probably cost them $200 to make, but you were paying for the power of the brand. And to create a brand, you need repetition. That's for another conversation, you know? Yeah, it dominated YouTube, man. Yesterday, I was Post Malone, when he walked up to the red carpet, I was there, and he's like, yo, what's up? I watch your YouTube. It's crazy, the power of social media. Take it from me, it literally, you can reach everybody. First time I met Kevin Hart, he's like, yo, I saw you're giving away cars. I posted the video on my Instagram. He's like, you should give away a house. And I just saw him the other day at the Laker game. Like, you reach everybody. You'll reach presidents. You'll reach celebrities. You'll reach everyday, ordinary people. You'll reach children. You'll reach adults, you know? So I would create my viral laptop campaign. And those of you listening who have other businesses, not laptops, you know, you have, okay, you have a, what was some of the other ones? I saw consultancy. I saw people selling snack bars. There was a guy, I'm trying to get him on my podcast. He started Dollar Shave Club. He made one funny video. It got 20 million views about this shaving company, and they sold it for $1.3 billion in under 5 or 6 years. That's the power of this. So I create my hammer smashing campaign. I create this. That would be stage 1. Okay? Stage 1, because now I've got my trust. I've got my brand there. And then I'm going to start branching out from there. I'm going to sub-branch out. I'm going to hit up Instagram. I'll probably get a few videos on YouTube. I might make a podcast. You could make a podcast about electronics, for example. You could post one even once a month. They're one of the top podcasts in the world. Only post a few times a year, but they get a lot of downloads. I probably wouldn't do podcast first. I would definitely create a Twitter. You can also use Twitter for customer support. Look at the big airlines like Delta, American Airlines. They're making a lot of mistakes. They interact with their fans. That's why I said they can broadcast and interact with Twitter. Probably get these up. I possibly would get, well, and this is, remember, Facebook is #1, is stage 1, and stage 2, I'd start popping this. But you need these people, because then you can port and redirect those people over. Let's take another quick business idea. Now, for those of you who want me to just help you do this, help you come up with the ad ideas, me and my team will do it for you. You want me to build the ads so that you know what countries, what campaigns, what targeting gets you the cheapest followers. I can guarantee any person here, I'll get you 5,000 followers per month. And if we can't do it, we'll send you all your money back, and I'll lose the money that I spent doing it for you. If you get 5,000 a month, in 2 months, you're at the minimum threshold of 10,000. You can keep going up, you know. All right, where are we at? Where are we at? All right. Okay. What else? Who else has a business? Talk about that. Anyway, that's what I was going to say. For those of you, I'm going to stop for one quick second, then I'm going to get back to doing another real-life business building example. If you want me to do this for you, you want my teams to do this for you, I've got a team of about, that'll be devoted to this, about 20 people. We'll be building it for a small group of business owners. So if you own a business, you own a personal brand, you want to grow your own personal Facebook fan page first, and then follow the strategy that I've given you, the modern day strategy. Click the link that's on the page if you're watching my website. If not, if you're on YouTube, you can go to the domain that's in the title. Same with Twitter, same with Facebook. If you're on Instagram, I've got it pinned there. And if you don't see it, you can go right here. So I'm gonna keep this open for 41 more minutes. That link, okay? You got 41 more minutes. I gotta go after that. All right, let's see the first person. Geoff Belknap, Idaho. Now, let me throw in, I want to show you one thing, something very important. I want to give you some other, can you bring these over here? I'm going to come back for 1 second. Do both of them. Can you bring both of those? Somebody said, all right, I'm ready to get $1 million. I'm going to get some of you to $1 million. You watch. These test groups I build kick ass. I'm not saying that to be cocky. I'm just saying in the past they've kicked ass for people. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. This is my social media agency where I'm actually managing your account, okay? First, we're going to start with Facebook strategy. Over time, we can add all this stuff if you want. Facebook ad management, if you want to create customer ads to generate sales, email marketing, Instagram growth, Twitter growth. Like I said, we can generate the customer for you, help you build the proper brand story that goes viral. That's a huge thing. But what I want to start today, so I have multiple levels to this. I'm only opening up level 1 first. Level 1, we're going to start on Facebook strategy. It's the largest social media platform. It has 2 billion registered users. They also own Instagram, which has 100 million daily active people or more, maybe even 200 million now when you count Instagram stories. It's a massive platform. They made Kylie Jenner, worth $400 million in under 18 months. It's insane. So that's going to be what I offer you. Now, for those of you getting in the test group, here's the bonuses I want to give you. Very, very important to make this whole thing work. Number 1, and I'm going to waive the costs. These are the things that, for those of you who get in now, I'm going to waive these costs. I want you to have a one-on-one strategy consultation with my actual staff. So I'm not going to just leave you high and dry, okay? So normally we charge $300 for a call. I'm going to waive that for those of you who get in right now, okay? It's important. I've got a social media growth lesson package where, in addition to us doing it for you, I created this $500 program that actually, shows you how to do it in case you want to do it while we're doing it so we can work as a team. You don't have to do that, but a lot of people are like, yo, teach me at the same time. So we'll talk about growing social media accounts. I brought in top experts, people that even helped me grow my account, okay? Then I built a program which I closed. It's been closed for over 6 months, I think. It's Social Media Secrets. It's actually how to monetize. So not just grow your Facebook, but how to make money, okay? The other day, a brand paid me, what did they pay me, 20 or 30,000 to post a little video on that. They're doing it. It was a sports company. So there's actual techniques. Now, I have a bigger following. You're probably not going to be able to get $20,000, but you might be able to get $100, $300 a day, $50 a day. It all starts to add up. $50 a day is, a new car, a new house. An extra $1,500 a month will finance that. And then I've got my Accelerator Persuasion program. This is another $500 thing that I've got that is badass, which is the most cutting edge sales techniques. Some people don't like me. A lot of people love me. Some people don't. That's the name of the game. But people know that I know a lot about sales and persuasion. Okay, so I want to show you the psychology of building a persuasive business offer. All right, we got more. Got an entrepreneur starter kit. For those of you who want to grow a brand, but you're not sure what business to start, I built a course earlier in the year, okay? And we've had it closed. This will give you actual, business starter plans. You can just we'll just give you ones that I believe work. And you can just copy them, okay? It's like a blueprint. We've got, so I've done over 50 hours of calls with a select group of consulting clients, and I haven't released those, okay? And we put them in a vault. They're not released on my YouTube. They're not on my Facebook. These are $1,000 worth of stuff. People paid millions for this over the last 3 years, but I put they were live. So put the recordings of them in this private vault. This right here, by the way, a lot of people who I've given this to or have paid $1,000 are like, that was the best money I've ever spent. You'll see for those of you. So you can listen to them while you're in work. They're not on my podcast or not on my YouTube. This is stuff that's powerful enough that I don't want to be out in the public. I'm not stupid. I don't want everybody knowing my tricks. I don't mind giving them away to a group of people who's like really engaged. So, this is a Greenbelt program. This is a $2,000. We're giving away the Greenbelt program? You guys put this, okay. I didn't even know this was in here. Armin wrote this up. I thought we were just giving the one on the other page. So this is my whole $2,000 program. It's got a personality system technique that I built, pay systems, personality types. This is the stuff that I use to build my internet ads. And in history, I don't think anybody has gotten the volume of people watching videos than I have using these techniques. So this stuff works. People lie, but numbers don't. I'll show you. Here's my YouTube real-time analytics right there. You can go to analytics and we can go and look at the last just minutes watched. Go to the last 3 years. You can see the graph, 2015, 1,049,000 minutes. Let me turn the brightness down so you can see it. Oops, that might be too dim. You guys see that? I think you can, right there. 1,049,750. 1 million, almost 1,050,000. 1 billion. 1 billion. My bad. I don't know why I said 1 million. 1 billion minutes. 50 million. That's hard to say. 1 billion, 50 million. It sounds not great grammar, but that is actually proper grammar. 1 billion, 50 million. Actually 49 billion. So, yeah. Somebody said, Ty, you changed my life. I made over 500,000 in my second year of business. My company is called Canopy Your Way. That's cool. Hey, take a picture of this. Send this to Alec. CanopyYourWay.ca. Are you in Canada? So you made 500. If I keep testimonials that people send me for my different Hey, use that. Take a picture of it. Here's a WhatsApp I'll show you guys that'll help some of you that are on the fence. Yeah. This is just top testimonials from one of my test groups. It's got 691 in there. I'll just show you. It's just videos. They're crazy testimonials. For those of you who are worried, you're overly anxious, you're like, does this stuff work? It's online. By the way, what I'm doing, online education, is the way of the future. One day your kids will look back and be like, wait a second. Your grandkids will be like, you got scammed into learning a different way? Like, they'll be like, we all learn on our phones. We all learn on the internet. How'd you learn? Oh, you had to drive somewhere? Why? You don't drive for your Netflix. You still drive to Blockbuster? Our education system is less advanced than Netflix. Our education system, we still send kids to some classroom where a lot of times teachers aren't qualified. A lot of times it's not the most cutting edge teachers. We still send our kids to the equivalent of Blockbusters and all these college students with 1.2 trillion in debt. It cracks me up that people are like, well, wait, Ty, if I do online education, is that a scam? Well, what is an audio book a scam? Is Audible a scam? Do you have to go to Barnes & Noble and literally buy the book? Sometimes I've had people who are authors being like, well, online programs are a scam. I'm like, dude, no, it's a more advanced version of the book you're writing, taking up paper in the world, cutting down trees, having shipping costs. I could just ship it right through your phone right now. So, oh Lord, planet Earth, help us all. Plus, I'm going to give you guys a conference ticket. Come see me. Person. I do conferences at time to time around the world. You're going to get a ticket guaranteed ahead of other people. And free. And I've created my own version of private Facebook groups. So once you're in here, you'll have access to this tribe. We've got thousands of active members, even more. I'm not even sure what it's at right now. But you can actually ask questions and interact with other people. So if you want to get in, click the button below. You got 31 minutes. $5,800 and by the way, that's not a fake like bonus. That's how much people have paid for this stuff. So you can wait and buy it separately. I didn't know we were having the Greenbelt program in here, but that's definitely worth it. Can you bring that other board? If you don't see the button on the page, feel free to go to this other link that I'll put up. So you can also go here, lopez.com/manage. All right, what questions do we have? And then I want to go back. I want to do another case study. I want to give away this phone. So this, just to be clear, this is not an educational program. The bonuses are. This is me doing the work for you and my team doing the work for you. Entrepreneur Magazine said, or entrepreneur.com said I was the #1 business social media influencer in the world. I'm not sure if that's true. There's a handful of people who are good, but not that many people. And I'm gonna take the techniques that I've spent over 30 million of my own dollars, 30 million, and I'm gonna apply them to your business, your product, or your brand. Now, when you go to this link, it is an application. We have the right, if it's not a good fit or you're doing something illegal like selling coke, we're not gonna help you blow up. Believe every single time I've had this conversation with people like at conferences or whatever, even though I've never offered to do this, people just randomly come up to me and go, dude, will you help me grow my, Pirate Bay heroin company? I'm like, no. I'm not in the Pablo Escobar business. This is not for all you El Chapos out there. But assuming you have a legitimate business, you'll fill out the application, you'll get access to level 1. And here's what I'm gonna promise you. I'm gonna promise you, minimum on Facebook, you're gonna get 5,000 followers. We're gonna do global campaign first. For a lot of you, will get more than that. If I don't get you that, we're gonna send you all the money back. Now, people ask about the price. So here's the price. Basically, I'm gonna have costs because what I'm gonna do, me and my team, is we're gonna create global boosting campaigns to get you followers, not fake followers. We're not gonna make fake followers or anything weird like that. And we're gonna spend money on Facebook ads, okay? So I would love to do this for free, but then I would be losing money, which you're not going to do. First rule of business, Warren Buffett says, is don't lose money. So we're not going to, lose money on this. So I looked at how much I've spent. Let's say, I don't know, let's say 10 million. I've spent more than that. But let's just say on social media and social media marketing and growth. Obviously, you don't have 10 million. Most people don't even have $100,000. Most people don't even have $10,000 a month to devote to this, stuff. So I like to use just a rule of tens, just keep going down. I can't do it for $100 because I'm gonna spend more than that on ads. $100 is impossible to do this for. You're not for those of you who only have $100 a month, you can just do it yourself and you can try to grow a teeny bit. If at 100, you're gonna grow a teeny bit. But I can do it for right under $1,000. So we priced it at $997. Now here's the thing. For those of you who own businesses, I hope you spend money on marketing because you're not gonna make money if you don't spend money on marketing. There's almost no brand, even viral brands, that don't spend money. Now, you can do it in different ways. Even Kylie Jenner, the Kardashians, the mom, they spend a ton of money on growing their family brand. So you have to grow your brand, and at the beginning that takes money. Eventually it can go viral. Like I've gotten growth viral where I'm not boosting anything, but it takes money to make money. A good rule of thumb is you should spend 3% minimum on marketing. So if you've got a business that's making, you know, $100,000 gross sales, you better be spending $3,000 a month, $3,000 a year, in my opinion, just on social media. Okay, if you got a business if you got a restaurant, you're doing $200,000-300,000. I mean, 3% is kind of like a threshold of poverty, if you ask me. I like my businesses to spend 50% on marketing. That's my goal, is 50%. So for every $1 million I make, I want to reinvest 500,000 of it back into the business. Now, I know a lot of you can't do that, a lot of you growing, but look, I'm telling you, that's how you grow. Coca-Cola spends $3 billion or so. They say they don't advertise exact, but $2 to $3 billion on marketing, and that's why they're one of the biggest brands in the world. Think of movies. They spend a lot of money, but they make a lot of money back. What's it? That movie, well, Star Wars is coming out. Star Wars cost a lot of money. A lot of money to build. I mean, the brand, and of course, look at what they've spent on marketing already. So almost every industry will benefit by growth. If you think your industry won't benefit, then you shouldn't do it. For those of you who get what I'm saying, who understand how to invest money, not spend is what you do when you buy groceries. You spend money and you'll never get the money back. The only return on investment for food is you stay alive. Okay, that's it. Without food, you die. But there's no financial growth. No one ever went in to eat sushi or a burger and came out going, oh, you're not gonna believe this. And inside this burger was a 10x of what I invested in it. I spent $5 on this burger, and the Burger King Happy Meal or the McDonald's Happy Meal had a $50 bill in it. This doesn't happen, but it does with marketing. It does with marketing. So for those of you who get it, if you don't get it, if you're cynical and skeptical, then definitely don't do it, because you'll be rejected as a customer anyway. I can't handle anymore working with DSM-5 people unless they're willing to be chill. So we all have our psychological problems. You got to keep them in check a little bit. All right, Geoff Belknap. By the way, if your card is for whatever decline, Geoff, it doesn't mean you don't have money. It sounds like you're outside the U.S. So if you're outside the U.S., sometimes you have to call your bank, because I use American banks. And so, yeah. All right, next person. Christian Viano from Alberta, Canada. Congratulations. Welcome to the group. Let's grow your account. Idris Barr. Congratulations. From Tennessee. Welcome to the group. Okay. So let's keep going through. I'll read more people getting in the test groups. Let's talk about some more actual ideas on growing your brand and your business. Let's do it. Man, it's such a good time to be alive. I know sometimes I'm hard on people and I'm mean to people. Only when they're mean first, by the way. But it's such a good time to be alive. I was at the AMAs yesterday, and you should watch my story, because music reminds me of something. Music reminds me of entrepreneurialism. There's a lot of similarities. Let me show you. Music is somewhat colorblind. It's somewhat ageless. It's transcontinental. I don't know how many there's black people making money in music yesterday at the AMAs. You had Khalid, and you had people from Korea, BTS, this big band, this boy band that's taking the world by storm. You had Alesso, I know Alesso, the DJs from Sweden. You had women, just as many women as you had men. You had older people. You know, Diana Ross was there. There's a tribute to Whitney Houston. They're in their 50s or 60s. You had global brands participating. It's a microcosm of every entrepreneurial venture I can think of. Everything good about business, kind of, I'm reminded when I was at the AMAs, or I've gone to the Grammys a couple times. So it's the best time for each of you. The time is now. I'm going to tell you why. So here's bad news, and here's good news. And they're kind of work side by side. Here's the bad news. The bad news is it's getting harder. It's getting more competitive. Like now, it's harder to grow your YouTube subscribers. I have 1 million subscribers. I know people in business that have been trying to get to 500,000. They can't figure out how to do it. I got in relatively early and grew to, I just passed 1 million. And so it's going to get harder. It's going to get harder and harder. Bad news is some of you that wait, it's going to get to a point where there's too many people competing for the trust of the world. And we told you the way that you get trust in the modern world, people look at your social media account. It's just the way you just got to deal with it. It's going to be that way for the next 50 years. It's not going away. And so when you grow your accounts, it's easier today and it's getting more expensive by the day. In 2 years, you'll have to pay double for me to grow you guaranteed $5,000 a month. You know, it'll be double. So it's getting more and more competitive. The good news is it's still cost effective when you look at a return on your investment. The next thing is that I would say that there's platform instability on some things. So some of you tried to grow on Meerkat earlier this year. People were focused on Meerkat. It was a live streaming app, but it's unstable company and it's bankrupt. It's gone. There was another website basically called Vine. I mean, not a website, an app, social media platform, and it's basically dead, right? Facebook, MySpace died. So the good news is you can use logic to just go for the very stable ones. That's why you want to grow your Facebook fan page first, because like, the odds of Facebook disappearing. If basically put it this way, if Facebook disappears, Amazon and Walmart disappear, and your life probably, our life as we know it, is probably half gone. So, what? Are you waving at me?
No.
Okay. So, for those of you who are seeing me offer to do this for you, but you're not sure that you want to, just understand the more you procrastinate, the harder this is going to get. I can build $1 billion recognizable brand for 1/100th of the cost that it's ever been done in history. Told you that laptop depot idea? Mark my words. That's a good business that I could get off the ground. I don't know if I could make it an 8-figure business, but MentorBox using social media, I got to be a 7-figure business in 48 hours. Name a time you could have ever done that with $0 invested. Zero. So if you don't have as big a following as me, but what if you have 1/10 of the following me? So let's say I got it to a $10 million business in the first year. If you had 1/10, that's $1 million business. If you had 100th of my following and engagement, you'd be at $100,000 a year. You see? So that's what I'm saying. You don't have to go, oh, well, this person has more than me, and so I can't do. No, it's just proportional. It's pretty proportional. If you have 1/10 of the, I have 1/10 of the following of Kylie Jenner. She probably has, I mean, on Instagram, she has, let's say, on Instagram and most, let's say she has 100 million. and I got over 10 million. So she can make about 10 times the money. Sounds about right. I'm actually doing a little more than that. So she did 420 million in a year or two. So a tenth of that will be 40 or 50 million. So, you know, it's proportional. It's very proportional. So that was what I was going to say. The good news is it's proportional, your potential, pretty much to growth to the follower count. Oh, sorry, that's the good news. The bad news is that it's getting more competitive and you won't be able to create a proportional account. That's the problem. You will not be able to create a proportional engagement. You'll end up with 1/1,000,000th of the size of somebody, if that makes sense. All right, let me take some quick question and answers that people have. Ty, will you still have this deal in February? Man, you don't know me. I said, we're closing this up. We've got 17 more minutes. Ty, can you grow my YouTube? Yep, we'll use the following strategy. Stage 1, we grow your Facebook fan page. Most stable platform, largest platform, easiest to boost. We then take the people and we pivot them onto your YouTube. Good question though. Does Kajabi provide the same platform? No, Kajabi is a way to sell educational programs. It's not a social media platform. You can still use Kajabi. LLC, S Corp or C Corp? Depends. I use a lot of LLCs, occasionally C Corps if you expect to go public one day, or depends on your tax. It depends on your tax bracket personally versus corporate tax rates, whether you want a C Corp or not. That's one of the factors. S Corp, depends. LLCs have the ability, for example, to distribute profits non-proportionally, whereas S Corps, if you own 30%, they own 30%. So it depends. If you have a partner in a different tax bracket, sometimes LLCs are better versus S Corps. You got to use a lawyer because it's very business specific. A lot of people just default to LLCs now in the United States. If you're in Sweden, it's AS companies or AB companies. If you're in the UK, it's LTD. I think they use LTD in Canada too. Ty, could you retire if you want now? Probably. I mean, depend. I probably will make, I don't know, $1 million a month if I don't work right now. My business is, assuming no major disasters, but maybe more than that actually. But just, you can just say roughly that. Ty, if you make more than $39,000, better to do an S Corp. Ty, how do I sign up? If you're on Twitter, it's in the title. YouTube in the title, Facebook in the title, Instagram, it's on the comments. If you don't see it, there's also a button on my page for those of you watching on my website. And then you also have, man, we got a lot of work done here. Look at all this. You can go to tylopez.com/manage. Okay, what other questions? Wow, congratulations, Ty. All right, sorry. Someone said, in all this, imagination is the key. Okay. Imagination, I would say skill is the key. Imagination is somewhat helpful, but skill is better than imagination. Although you can learn to imagine better, you can have better skill in terms of how you imagine things. Your creativity can increase. Sarah Weaver, congratulations. I'm going to help you grow your Facebook. We're going to start with a global campaign, and then we're going to, so it's $9.97 a month, by the way. You can cancel at any time. There's no long-term contracts. We'll send you an email 5 days before. Are you sure you want to continue to renew? As long as you're renewing, we'll be continuing to grow your account. Once you click the link or go to the link you see, fill out the SSL 256-bit SSL encrypted page, fill out the application. It'll ask you a phone scheduler. When's the best time to call you? My team will call you, get that free call. You don't have to pay $300. You can talk to them about the other levels. If you have a more advanced business, if you want to grow faster, we can just pour more money into Facebook ads. This is not anything illegal. It's not against Facebook's terms and conditions. In fact, they encourage this. So we'll create a campaign unique to you. We'll help you create a viral campaign. For example, like I said, it could be as simple as a picture of smashing a laptop for the laptop idea. If you are a person who's a personal trainer, it could be as simple as, a picture of your abs, or a picture of a before and after of a client of yours or yours. And we post, hey, do you want to know how I got results like this? Or do you believe in the before and after picture? Or is obesity, set in stone? Here's how I changed my life. Like if you agree. We can do simple things sometimes. Pets are great. Food is great. And just do simple follower campaigns that we boost for you. We keep it real simple. And then over time, we can get as sophisticated as you want. Don't worry. But I don't like to get overly complicated if I don't have to. Michael Bertani, congratulations. Another Canadian. I tell you, Canada's going to catch up with America one of these days in terms of, I've found that Canadians are they get it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the cold. You guys have to sit inside all day and think things through. So you outsmart a lot of countries. Somebody said, Ty, great content. Okay. What other questions do we have? Ty, what are your thoughts on Forex? I've got an investor program. I just recorded some stuff. Cool one with a guy on Forex. Someone said, for sure we're cold in Canada. Ernesto said, good contact. Ty, do you ever get lonely? Nah, not really, man. If you watch my Snap story, you can see my real life. I got people all around me all the time. Okay, let's talk about, I see a question. Let me write this out. One of the most common questions is, will this work for me? Here's the deal. I got 100% money back guarantee, full refund, if I can't get you at least 5,000 global followers to start with every month, forever. Anytime we can't fulfill that, we'll stop doing it. Number two common question is, is it worth the investment? As I've said, the fastest company in history to get to 400 million in sales was Kylie Jenner's company, completely social media. If you don't believe social media followers can be monetized, if you don't believe that's relevant to your business, you are going to be obsolete in the next 18 months to 5 years. A lot of you, I'm just telling you, a lot of you, sadly, I say that, I don't like to see people fail. Man, people are going to fail that don't get with the social media game. They really are. So unless you have tremendous amount of money, like Jet.com didn't use social media, but they put in $250 million he put in of his own cash. He had sold diapers.com. So if that's your situation and you're sitting on $250 million and you want to do traditional, marketing and buy TV on ABC, NBC, go ahead. But I grew up, did not inherit money from mom or dad or anyone. No one handed me a $10 million business that they had started 30 years ago, 50 years ago, or 100 years ago. My dad was from Harlem, New York. My dad's dad, my grandpa, worked in the subway system. He was a sailor, came to America. My grandma came when she was 19 on a boat, didn't know anyone in America, didn't have any money. She got a job as a waitress, and she worked her way up. And so my mom was a single mom when I was born. So I've gone through these stages that some of you are feeling, and I'm just telling you there's hope, but you got to do it right, or else somebody else is going to do it faster than you. And that's what it really comes down to. Speed is important in the modern world. Speed is important. Okay, listening to you is mind-blowing. What are your thoughts on Jessica Alba? Yeah, look at Jessica Alba, created $1 billion company. But I'm telling you, here's the difference. When I got started, when you guys get started, many of you, Jessica Alba already had money from acting. I'm not diminishing what she did, because it's still amazing. But it's a different situation. I have different strategies. For those of you who get in the program who have a different background, maybe you have a business that's already doing $20 million a year or $50 million in revenue, we're gonna probably implement some other stuff. That's why I said what you're getting today is level 1. I got a level 2, 3, and 4. I have more enterprise stuff. But this conversation was for people who are building businesses. You might already have a business doing $1 million. I opened this up a couple days ago, and so far we've got some businesses in it that are doing multiple, millions of dollars. We have some that are just starting out, some that are just in the idea phase. So is it worth the investment? It depends on how much you value your life. As far as I can tell, life is very tricky. It's quick, it moves fast. Things can turn against you and they can turn for you faster, and all you got, there's no guarantees in this world, but you can try to increase the odds of success. And so this increases the odds. It's no guarantee, but it does increase the odds. 5 years ago, when I had a smaller social media following, it would be easier for me to fail. I could still fail now. Never be so cocky that you think that all your success will continue. I mean, I could get hit by a car tomorrow. Things could go bad for me tomorrow in business. There is no guarantee, but the more forces behind you that are going better and better, the better the odds, and that's all you can do. You can just play the odds. Invest in cryptocurrency, people are asking. I need that jacket, Ty. A lot of people like this jacket. Look at this brand. I mean, this is Rag and Bone. Again, there's a company here in LA called, there's one called Revolve. Revolve's doing $500 million. They just use social media marketing to sell $500 million worth of clothing. There's one called Fashion Nova. One guy owns it. 2 years, he's built his own clothing brand here in Los Angeles that makes, I think, $200 or $300 million a year in sales and a lot of profit. He only advertises on social media, Instagram, some Facebook and Facebook related companies. So do you think there's a return on your investment? Ask Fashion Nova. Ask Fashion Nova. It's insane the volume this guy's done. All right. What's next? This jacket's kind of warm too. It's a nice jacket though. Congratulations, Angelica Martin. Oh, she uploaded a picture. Cool. Georgia. Kalai Shiley in California. Congratulations. Welcome to the program. I see Geoff Belknap. Your card didn't go through. So if your card's not going through, on my website, if you're on it, or you can go to my website, there should be a live chat. If it's off, for whatever reason, they're busy or whatever, you can send an email or call the phone number on my website. Okay? What else we got? Humans are funny, man. Social media will teach you a lot about this world. All right, what other question do we have? Giving away like 2 hours worth of stuff. Hopefully, did this help anybody out? Let me know. Ty, how do you best use controversy marketing? Somebody said, yes, this has helped him. Can it be your way? Yeah, oh, that's the guy that said I helped him make 500 grand in his second year in business. Yes, absolutely. Great information, totally. Ty, when are you gonna play basketball? I haven't live streamed in a second playing basketball. Maybe we should do that tomorrow. Ty, what if you don't already have a business idea or a plan in place, just a dream? For a lot of you, if you can afford this, not some of you can't. start branding yourself personally. Then you can use your personal brand to launch many products. That's what I do. I've got a glasses business. I got a supplement business. I've got online education business. I've got a real estate business. I got a speaking business. I've got a business, you know, book shipping. I can take my personal brand and push it out in many, many ways. So yeah, you can just brand your name if you don't know. Luis said, you're very helpful, man. Awesome. Well, thanks. The Future Prod. Very helpful. I'm in the SMMA program, going very well. Cool, you're in one of my other programs. Will this guarantee sales if you have a business? So in month one, remember, you can't go in for the sale when you don't have the trust. So first thing we do in level 1 is build your followers, okay? And then if you want us to do level 2, level 3, and level 4 stuff, which is focus on getting you specific customers through funnels, we can do that too. But I don't like to do that first, because if you drive a whole bunch of people to your website, they look on your social media, especially if you're a new business or you haven't been in business for years, and then guess what? They don't trust you, so your sales, your ROI on your direct marketing isn't good. I'm gonna get in this business. I'm gonna launch a smoothie meal replacement. The idea is very simple. Take the meal that you eat the worst at, let's say midnight, you always go get ice cream. You drink this meal replacement protein shake. Most people don't get enough. It's a smoothie. Just add water. Most people are under, depends on who you ask, but massively under protein, because protein is expensive, so most of the food is trying to get you a lot of carbs. Carbs is cheap. Corn is cheap. Rice is cheap. You go to McDonald's, they give you a big bun and a little teeny bit of meat. That's because meat's expensive because it's protein. And I don't care if you're doing animal protein or pea protein or hemp protein, it's more expensive than carbs. So if you look at your diet, almost all people have too much carbs in their diet. So I'm making a company. We're gonna create a meal replacement smoothie, throw some ice in it, put it in a blender, or you can do it, just shake it up. Somebody said pea protein. It's not that kind of pea. It's not urine protein. It's like peas, like legumes, like beans. There you go. I feel like Dwight Schrute when he got sold in The Office. He got sold Jack's Magic Beans. Someone said, Ty, I just closed a sale off Craigslist in less than 15 minutes. What are you selling on Craigslist, man? I know what some people sell on Craigslist. You can close a sale fast if you're selling that. Yes, during the garage sale episode. Can I be successful with a business selling $25 products? Sure. Man, you can. Quest bars. Tom Billio was over at my house. He sells these Quest bars, which are like whatever, under $5. And he sells 1.5 million a day. Company's worth $1 billion. And he launched that 7 years. And you know what Tom told me? What made him be able to grow Quest bars? Social media marketing. That's what got him off the ground. So, I think I'm gonna go. I know I was gonna do one more example, but I ran out of time and my voice is starting to go. I am gonna give away this iPhone 7. But those of you, we're a little bit past the time. I'm gonna keep it open for another 30 minutes. I'll keep it open for 1 more hour. A lot of you were watching, you didn't want to leave. You can go to the link on my page. If you're on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, it's either a pinned comment or it's in the title. Or if you don't see any of those, you can go to, man, we use like a whole notepad. tylopez.com/manage. I was reading off people getting the test group. I want to read off your name. I want to see you in this. Geoff, did you get your card okay? Why are you laughing at the name Geoff? Maybe it's Jeff.
No. I was just saying he keeps showing up.
Oh, okay. All right. 128 gig phone. Who's getting this? What's my question? All right. Question is, did I say? What's the company that went viral easily because all your friends had to make an account to use it with you? This is a little tough question. If you were on from the beginning, you remember this. Got this phone for somebody who's paying attention.
All right, Facebook's ready.
All right, I'm gonna look up here in a second. All right, so what company, still haven't looked up, what company was able to grow very quickly because it basically, anybody else, any of your friend that you were using with had to create an account. So every time one person did it, really they got double growth. All right, I'm gonna go like this. Tell everyone to stop. Stop. All right, Instagram. First person I see, there we go. Kike Elio, K-I-K-E-L-I-O, PayPal, congratulations. K-I-K Elio, you need to pin the comment too.
For what? I got it.
On Instagram to buy, to get in the group.
Oh, I'm gonna reset it.
All right, K-I-K-E-L-I-O, congratulations. The answer was PayPal. When you have PayPal, and you want to send your buddy money, he couldn't get the money unless he made his own account. So it forced growth, and that's why, you know, Peter Thiel, Elon Musk became very wealthy very quickly. All right, so I'll see a lot of you in the test group. I'm gonna start managing your account. Those of you who got in, congratulations. Let's grow this thing. Now's the time to make money. All right, and let's see, is there anything else? Did I forget? Anything else I forgot? Someone said the PayPal Mafia. Congratulations, Hillary Foster. Good here in good old California. Welcome to the group. Make sure those of you getting in that you schedule your call. You need to talk to the team. We need to figure out, we need a few things to help you grow. We got to know what your business is and all that stuff to start thinking through what to build for you and how to do this. I wish I could do it for everybody, but I can't. But I can do it for a lot of you. So, all right. I'll talk to you guys soon.